Welcome back, Fragrance Family. Thanks for joining me here on my channel, Stephen Sturgill. Today, guys, we're looking at a little-known house. At least I didn't know about it. Maybe you did. House of Keiko Mecheri, or Mecheri. And this is, or Mecheri, however you say it. That is, I believe, her husband's last name, who I think is of Indian, as in Hindu or Muslim descent. Could be wrong. I did find one or two Algerians by that same last name, but I think by and large, I think it's from India. At any rate, this is their scent, Les Zazous. And Les Zazous were the French counterculture youth movement in France in the late 60s, where they would dress really wildly colorful clothing and dance to primarily swing and maybe jazz music, something like that. You can Wikipedia that if you want, or look it up on Google or YouTube. At any rate, their house is American, coincidentally enough, and based in California. It's a niche house, but it's almost designer-esque. They have a lot of collections and a lot of very, very interesting, very well done, ostensibly, or they appear to be that way. I mean, they're very seriously done. A lot of lines. They have 64, if not more, perfumes in their house. Earliest edition goes back to 1998, and the newest is from 2018. Now, I believe Keiko, again, married Kamel, or Kamel Mecheri, or Mecheri. Again, I believe he's of Indian descent. I apologize if I got that wrong. They were initially operating under the name Bazaar de Ceinture, and their initial focus was things like body care products, scented candles. And their initial three scents that kind of put them on the map were Hanai, Ta'en, and Lokum. It says Lokum was inspired by the popular confection of the same name, which was in that it was tremendously successful, remains a cult favorite, bestseller of the house. But then they changed the name to Keiko Mecheri, or Mecheri. Now, Keiko was born in Atami, Japan. Area often referred to supposedly as the Japanese Riviera for its pleasant climate and its beautiful natural scenery. She is a UCLA trained alumni, artist, pianist, eventually studying in Europe as well. She and her husband pride themselves with bringing the best quality ingredients and that they're developed using fine art principles. They operate completely independently from the Beverly Hills location. And these are just several of their collections today. Things like Les Orientales, Rare Épices, which means rare spice, Cuir, which means leather, Les Solifleurs, those are based on individual floral notes, Les Eaux Tendres, tender water collection, and Les Eaux Fraîches, fresh water, and vintage. Their newest collection, La Collection Esperide, is a citrus-based collection. Now, that's going to do it. They primarily collaborate. Keiko is a trained, to whatever extent, she's definitely a studied perfumista. I don't know if she's legitimately trained. I believe she trained in Europe. Don't quote me on that. But she's definitely taught, at any rate, regardless of where she studied or whatever. She knows her craft, is what I'm getting at. And she's done collaborations with the very, very famous nose Yann Vasnier of France. I believe of Grasse, but for sure of the Paris region, if nothing else. Some of their scents include things like Attar de Roses, Bois de Santal, Bois Satine, Camellia, Cristal d'Amber. I'm going to pronounce them a little bit more English, guys, for you people out there that don't speak French, and I don't want you to try to kick me or say, God, what is he saying? I don't even know, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather pronounce it so that the American audience can get it. And if you're French, then you'll just excuse me in the process. Cuir Cordoba, Damascena, Datura Blanche, Embrun's, Fleur de Peau, Genie de Bois, Grenats, Cormandis, Hanai, Iris d'Argent, Iris Pourpre, which means purple, Islas Lantaines, Jasmine, Johanna, Lady Point. Anyways, it goes on and on and on and on and on. Just awesome names, extremely poetic. Very interesting house, guys. Very interesting scent creations. Now, let's just get right down to it because you didn't tune in for all that. You tuned in for Les Zazous from Keiko Mecheri. I already have it here on this arm. It was my scent of the day. I'm going to do one little dab right there and do a refresh. Now, there's some really interesting. Firstly, I'm going to say that there are some notes I'm getting right out of this that are not listed here, even on Fragrantica. I believe there is something like mint or spearmint or peppermint. There is some kind of camphor or eucalyptus type note in here without a shadow of a doubt. It's one of those. I don't know if it's camphor, eucalyptus, mint, spearmint, or a combination of all of the above. But it's definitely in there. There's definitely, I get the rose. I definitely get lavender. I do get the amber. And there's some kind of resins. I do get the vetiver. I'm almost positive there's vetiver in here. Let me see. Yeah, there's vetiver. There is some kind of blonde tobacco and incense and vanilla in here. There's supposed to be mahogany bee honey and sandalwood. It's very evocative. It's very, very, it's very Middle Eastern, but in a very Parisian way, if that makes sense. It's not that American, quite honestly. This is a very foreign, like French Morocco type scent. It almost conjures up the rose, the Turkish rose or the Bulgarian rose, or both. Some kind of mint, and I think mint is drank in a lot of the Moroccan teas. I'm getting mint. I don't care what's on here. I get mint of some kind. I think there's a tea. There's a very light tea accord. Maybe it's the vetiver mixing with the resins, the lavender, and the mint and the incense and that blonde tobacco. The blonde tobacco combined with that incense note gives a really soft, light hookah vibe. It's not pungent, it's there, but it's very, very soft, slightly powdery. It's a very, very intriguing scent. It's I would say on the uniqueness scale, I don't normally give 1 through 10. So this is close to a 10 in uniqueness. It's at least a 9 on the unique scale. Extremely unique. This does not smell like anything else I have ever smelled. Now, having said that, for my personal taste, this is not a home run. I would have preferred a much headier, richer, Cuban-esque tobacco, something between a dry tobacco, a wet tobacco, and something like a Cuban Monte Cristo cigar, and maybe a little bit of pipe tobacco. If they could have blended all that and added in a little bit of whiskey or rum, oak, I don't know, some pomegranate maybe, some black pepper, some habanero or something, a little bit more honey, a little bit more vanilla, and then kept everything else in here, I think I would have just been over the moon, goo goo gaga. And again, I trust me, I understand that it's not the scent that Vasnier, Monsieur Vasnier, and Keiko set out to make. Totally agreed, totally understood. I'm simply saying that's what I am looking for. Now, this is a wonderful scent. I would say, it's a little bit avant-garde because it's a very untraditional type scent. It's a little bit playful. I would say more casual than dressed up, but no problem if you do want to dress it up. It's it's an intimate scent. It's definitely not a projection beast. You're not going to just blow anyone out of the room. This is safe for office wear. Great for close encounters, intimate encounters. And it is a fine scent. I want to make that clear. It's complex. There's some depth. I got an easy 8 hours on my skin. But again, I've passed the first couple of hours, guys, in all honesty, it's going to sit really, really close to your skin. If you're trying to project a little bit more, you're going to have to get it all over your clothing. It doesn't stain the clothing, to my knowledge, best I could tell. Not a real high oilic or oil content. But it is a very good scent. It's different. It's definitely off the beaten path. If you like kooky scents or incense, incense in here, guys, to my nose, is sort of slightly inspired, I think, by Far East Japanese incense. But as they would view the romanticism of Moroccan incense and hookah vibe tobacco, if that makes sense. So it's sort of seen through the eyes of someone that is Japanese, but very much raised in California. But again, through Monsieur Vasnier, who has his own, I'm sure, very unique set of what he was trying to accomplish, symbolically, metaphorically, just on a smell basis. Again, I mean, you're going to get the vanilla. The vanilla here is really good. It has a nice, light, organic touch. The amber it's there, but it's way down low to me in the heart and the base. I don't get much. This is not a resinous amber juggernaut at all. This is not that type of vibe at all. It's much more, much drier and just a bit powdery. It's not overly powdery. I don't want to make anyone nervous. It's not like a powder bomb, but it has a little bit of a powdery, dry quality to it for sure. It's definitely not resinous. However, it does have very good staying power on skin. It does have iris, but I can't, well, I'm only picking up about maybe 1 or 2% iris. I mean, it's maybe 3% max. It's way down buried in there. Definitely does not overtake the rose is much stronger than the iris. That's going to do it, guys. I hope you like this review. Get your nose on anything from the house of Keiko Mecheri or Mecheri. I apologize. I do not know how to pronounce that name. Apologies to all parties concerned, but it is definitely Les Zazous that we looked at today. It's a huge plethora. Again, they have 63 other scents to my knowledge. So this nose has got to get on a few of those before all is said and done. Anyways, thanks so much, guys. Spray often, spray well. Live life on your terms. Please click the bell for future updates, or you will not be alerted when I drop new vids. And please subscribe if you like my content. Otherwise, you definitely will not know when I'm dropping new content. Thanks so much, guys. Love you. Couldn't do it without you. And we'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.